Should be sound now. Sorry, mate. There's me talking away to myself. Welcome, David Normski. Good afternoon. Yeah, I've just been talking to myself, mate, for the last 2 minutes. Whoops. Oh well, never mind. How is everybody this afternoon? Oh, well, I hope. Yo, Nigel. Welcome, mate. I need to have another tidy up. Need to have another tidy up. Doubt they'll get you again. Only like talking to the missus. Well, you do have a fair point there, mate. So, from the thumbnail, I'm guessing you guys have realised we've got a switch. Oh, a couple of switches to look at. Don't think Georgie likes switches either. Doubt I'll use them parts again, but we'll see. Welcome, Daniel. Thanks, buddy. Oh, that's a fair point, actually. Let me. Quickly. What? Right, back to OBS and catch up. Sound keeps cutting off. How bad is it? Does it keep cutting off, or does it if I'm talking? So, oh, Mr. Paul Daniels is live too. Sorry. Yo. Mr. S. I think audio's cutting out. Just when I stop talking, mate, I think. Could be wrong though. Just not picking up any background noise. Neil Ramadan, welcome, mate. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name. Hey, let's get to it. Star Media Tech, welcome. Right. All right. We have got a Nintendo Switch Lite. This was sent to Nintendo as it's only 5 months old. So, yo, Dreams, welcome, mate. Switch to Scope Cam. So, yeah, this one was sent to Nintendo, hopefully under warranty, but due to user damage, they refused. Said that it's got a faulty port. It came up with error 2101001, which I think a faulty port can come up with that, can't it? I think. Couldn't be exact. So we are going to do that first. I was going to pre-cut my port. Bought an M92, yeah. I mean, that's what they're reckoning, that there's a fault with one of the chips on the board. But we'll see. We'll throw a port in and then throw it back together and see what happens. So the way I do my ports is I like to take a port, and I like to mount it in too. Makes you wonder what warranty actually covers. Warranty will cover anything that's not of user fault, mate. So had the port not have been bad, if the error would have come up and the port looked fine, then I'm sure Nintendo would have honoured the warranty. But I like to take a port, and mount it onto a old housing. Just a quick rough to make sure it doesn't move. That keeps it, kind of keeps it nice and sturdy, but because there's no board in play, what it does is it just slightly bends the lugs where the screws go downwards. If you do it that way, you need to remember to straighten them off, or put them so that they're slightly angled upwards for when you're attaching the port to the board, or the lugs will make it, they'll make the connectors stand off. Before I fire this up, would you guys like me to mute my mic? Because I know it's going to be noisy as hell. I'm assuming. Let's see. Let's test. Give it a quick boot. Is it too loud? Is it too loud? Let me know. Let me know if you'd like me to mute my mic while I do that. No, it's fine, says Dreams. Let's fire it up then. So, I'm going for a speed 6. Whoops. I'm grinding it because a standard switch part doesn't fit. So what happens is a standard switch part. On these, it's the parts are kind of set in a little bit. So what happens is because the ports flare out at the end. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if it didn't flare. Then you should really be able to tuck a part in to that area so as it protrudes a little bit. But because the port flares out, what it does is it stops the case from going back flush. I mean, that one seems to have been off at some point by somebody else, but it just stops it from sitting nice and neat. So that one there, we'll take a look under the scope real quick. May need to knock my light down a little bit. Out of focus, which is horrible. If we look at the part from that side on, as you can see, we're not going to fit a USB-C plug in there, which means that we've got to do some cleanup work. Yeah, you can buy the Switch-Lite parts now. It's just I've probably got close to maybe 25 Nintendo Switch parts. But yeah, you don't need a Dremel, mate. You can buy the Nintendo Switch Lite parts. Can anyone help with switch light the cross button? So I'm assuming you mean this button, which would be the D-pad. Yo, D-pad, even, yo Nick. Won't acknowledge, goes up and down and left, but not right. Any ideas? You could check where the ribbon cable goes, mate. Yes. Just yank that speaker out of there. Maybe the contact underneath. I've not really had one of these stripped down, so I'm not fully aware. Codger might be able to help because he's here. Finally. Only took him a while with his walking stick. Yo, Phil. How do? So to clean up, all I'm going to do is take a blade and try and dig in to this. Using a cutting disc as opposed to a grinding disc may work out a little bit easier. This is one of the other reasons that I like to use a case, because it just helps support the part while you're doing all this. No. While you're cutting towards yourself, just try not to flip with the knife, of course. Let's have a quick gander at that under the scope. Right, one may fit now. We'll give it a go. Oh. Roll that to one side. As long as you're careful and you don't catch the port itself, the pins on the port itself. With the knife you should be good. This is the other reason I was going to prepare a part. There we go. That one now fits. And will of course just clip in nicely. That's what she said. Figured I'd beat Mr. Codger to that one. So I'll clean as I go. And of course I need to straighten my plugs. What I'll do is I'll just get a pair of tweezers and I'll slightly angle these up. When we screw it down onto the board, we'll re-flatten them, but this angling them slightly up will stop them lugs from hindering the soldering process onto the board. So here we go. Check we've got no SD card. Check we've got no game in the slot. Yo, Gibbo. So what's the chances both myself and the customer will get lucky with this just being a part and the part throwing the error code up? Or will it need M92 as well? We shall see. My apologies to Paul Daniels. Paul Daniels is also live. Stream be looking and sounding good, sir. No glitch. That'll be that system, mate. If anybody's uncomfortable with it, we can go back to the old system. Not. Just take one of these to start the process off. Going by the speakers. Sometimes these are just tight. Yes, Coda, that was the error, mate. It had been back to Nintendo. And of course, Nintendo did what they do best. They quoted 180. That would be for a board swap, though. These are so much more horrible than the standard Switch 2 to get into. This actually looks pretty nice and clean. Probably is only all this tear down proper. This my study guide for repairing my sons. Tear down proper. I'm doing a tear down proper, aren't I? Undo that one. So, Mr. Nick, we're going to remove a screw out of that, which is a silver short screw, mate. We're going to remove a screw out of this, which is a yellow, slightly longer. Yellowy gold in colour. One screw down the bottom here, which is short and yellow, short and silver. And one screw here in the middle, which is short and silver. They are pretty much all the same screws. Then we remove that. Fancy brown muck all over the place. Then we're on to the removal of the board. This, sorry, you can't see. This side bumper has to come off. And it is held in with 3 gold screws. 2 gold screws, sorry. Slightly longer. For those of you that aren't aware, most of your longer goldy coloured screws all go over this side of the board. None go within this area here. They're all on this side, which is where your Joy-Con board would normally be. But we can remove that. That there. Let's remove the heatsink and fan. Not fan, just the heatsink will do. There's me getting ahead of myself. Not really, mate. I tend to leave that on. Don't tend to replace that the brown stuff. Switch my Altair on because I've not had it on yet. Drop this down to around 150. 50% airflow. And a quickie on that stuff. Take it off without it ripping or ending up damaged, so we can replace that back when we are done. Be careful of the spring in the trigger button, Nick. Yeah, that spring just there. Mr. Lee, welcome, mate. So, we removed that. What we'll do is I'll quickly take a cotton swab and we'll remove some of this goo. Just so I can't put my finger in it. Put that there and save it for later. What's that link for me? Take them. I try to keep certain ones separate, mate. I'll give that a quick clean and then we'll go ahead and pull this one out first. That link. Oh, the brown horrible stuff, mate. We'll remove that one and then we'll Is it the same viscosity, mate? Unplug the battery, close that down. Yo, Phoenix Consoles, welcome, mate. Welcome. Now, if I'd have done this off stream, that would have been off by now. Board would have been out. Why is it everything takes longer? Everything takes longer when you're streaming. What different? I think it's just the thickness, well, it's obviously viscous. The viscous paste is going to be more viscosity, so it's going to be thicker, not as runny, not as spreadable out, if that makes sense. So it may help if there's a further distance between the point of contact. I would assume that be the case anyway. Pop that there, close that back down. Did. That back down and lost that. Luckily we didn't lose the string. Pull that out and close that one down. And we are almost good to go. I like to use snips on these little plastic ones because they can be a nightmare to get out, and the snips just help grip. Just be very careful not to squeeze too hard. So we've got a yellow screw there for the board. A yellow screw there for the board. And a yellow screw there for the board. I don't take that speaker off. You've got to undo yellow screws or else you can't get board out. Oh, you mean unplugging? I don't take that speaker off at all. So I'm assuming you'll leave it attached to the board then. Everybody has their own ways, don't they? Few small silver ones. Put in the board. And the board should be free. Do need to just pop that from off that peg there. And that's the board out. Now I can bob. Don't need that yellow board there anymore. Roll that yellow housing, should I say. Roll that out. Wait, bob that there. This, they're all closed. Done. Yeah. Good one. So I also invested in a magnetic board holder. Which, if I remember rightly, it wasn't overly expensive. And I also make use of most of them, so it limits flexing around this area. Big angle nozzle. Quick catch up on this. See as myself, you have glasses. Do you use a higher magnification when working or just the normal daily use? You mean on my glasses, mate? No, they're just standard glasses. I do take my glasses off when I'm using the microscope though. This one was bought from Amazon, mate. Just give me a second and I'll pull that up. Orders. The holder itself that I bought was $45.99, but you don't necessarily have to. You don't necessarily have to get the one with the metal thing, the metal plate. You could just get the magnetic pegs, I suppose. I'm gonna call them pegs. Might not be pegs. I am looking for a share link. Why do I need a share link? I'm sat in front of me chuffing PC. And it'll just be a long ass. Why can I not? How can I not? Why can I not see chat? Control and V. That's the one that I bought, mate. So I'm not going to add any solder to this. Not adding anything just yet. You could check. I know you said you've cleaned it, Daniel, but there'll be trace points somewhere. So you could check that when the switch is pressed. You could check to see if it's functioning, mate. If it's causing a short between the opposing traces, or which is generally how switches work. They pull down to ground normally. So temp wise, for 40, and I'm gonna go for 50% airflow. Yeah, no problem, mate. It does come with feet, rubber feet for on the bottom. Don't know if you can see them. Hold them under that camera, it's much easier. Rubber feet for this to sit on, but it messes about with my scope focus if I use that. So on this, I'm just going to go for a quick body and then concentrate on just the one area. All the legs are molten now, and the part is moving. For some reason this one don't want to drop out. Christos Micro, what about? Christos Micro, what about? I'm not getting that one. Did it come with? Yes, it did, Phoenix. Yes, it did, mate. I've got my flex arms. Don't really use them. Don't really use these flex arms. As you can see, I've not even put crocodile clips on 2 of them. Odd when the TV at home is talking back to me. Usually it's the one at work. Are you taking it off again, mate? So yeah, so it does come with the flex arms from that on the one on Amazon. The only thing I will say is the metal plate really isn't big enough, if you ask me. Not it's fine for this sort of size boards, but certainly not for the likes of the Xbox One S's and that sort of thing. Nowhere near big enough for that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this in an area that I'll be able to access a little bit easier. And it can be awkward for doing that as well. Because as I said, I like points of contact on the board enough to limit flexing just round that area where the port's going to go. Simply for the way I fit it. Let's see if I can get this now under the scope cam. So as you can see, that has to be relatively close for focusing, and that's because it's on this stand. That is the only reason that that's like that, is because of the stand. We're going to tin this bad boy up first with a little bit of dodgy solder. That way I don't get I've not on the switch ports, mate. I've not actually pulled one yet and tore any of the pads, which I'm not particularly bragging about. Dab a quick bit of flux on there. Down the temp on my iron. Just for tinning. Let me pull my glasses off. I like to do this now, looking down the scope. Don't know why, it makes things me. They're tinned enough. Might as well leave my glasses off. Just move that part onto my seat. Not that I want it on my seat. That's just the way it went. Right. Focus. Now, I'm not going to be removing that solder. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my for a slightly bigger tip. Violently pick my iron about in there. Solder. That should do. Bob that back in there for now, sticking out. Virtually hanging over my bench. So a little bit more flux down. And then what I like to do is just float another part now back on. We've added let me just change. So if I zoom out, my bench is a mess. Obviously, as you can see there, I'm not quite as far or as close to the edge as I would like to be. So that one can stay out. Under Bobby, you're gonna be. That's because of the height of the board. So I'm going to warm the area up with the hot air. As solder starts to melt, I'll drop the airflow. Just about now, so I'll momentarily take my hot air away. This is slightly harder for me because I don't have to do it under the scope. And hopefully that's it back in place. What we'll do is we'll let the board cool a little and then we'll have a quick check. No, not quite. Let me see if I can. Didn't quite have one of the plastic nubs sitting properly. Quick nudge back and that should be it done. Is it lagging for everyone else or is it just me? It's just Chris lagging. There we go. Appears to be nice and flat. So I can do away with that now. Rest that there. And we can take a look. Go cam. We are slightly off center. Should get away with it. And just that one part too. Tidy up. One pin loosey. One pin loosey. We can soon sort that out. Throw a little bit more flux down. I didn't turn my damn iron on. So what you reckoning? Are you reckoning it's gonna need gonna get the sound issues I've been having. What sound issues is that, mate? That's almost older. So, do you reckon? Do you think it's gonna need the M92, or is the faulty port gonna have caused that code? You think? Which do you think? You're definitely gonna need worth checking without swapping it. Is it worth it? Please tell me now. Worth doing without? Is it worth checking? Yep, never just the port. Yeah. I think he's got some audio clipping in OBS. Audio clipping, yeah. Your audio is cutting in and out, mate. I don't think it cuts in and out when I talk, though, does it? Is it only cutting in and out when I go quiet? I do have some filters. Do I have? I have noise gate turned on. If I turn noise gate off, get rid of that shitty R noise. Get rid of that shitty R noise. Yeah, only quiet. Only when quiet or quieter than speaking. Well, I've turned all the filters off now, so I've not got any filters on whatsoever. The only one I had on was noise gate. So do we go for M92 T36 as well. Is it worth trying it? Can the part, can a knackered part such as that one there cause the error code that we got, or that was there? Would that have caused the 2101 0001? It's pretty messed up. There's a possibility that it's fried M92. We can check for shorts around M92. That shouldn't be a problem. And just see anyway. I guess I should have checked for a short round M92 before changing, or at least checking this one. I believe this is the CPU cap. I've never had it be just the part. And we've got a short. No, we've not. I must have been caught on something else. There's no short. There's no short. There. That side's... I've slipped off ground. We do have a short. Just there. So, yeah, that side and that side. So, we'll change this as well. For this, I'm going to rechange my noggle. Yes, there's a short, mate. There's a short. So we will change M92 because of that short anyway. Because that short shouldn't be there. Temp should still be 440. We'll knock it back up to 40% airflow. It's gone slightly out of focus. That will be because of the blue mat swelling slightly. So in hindsight, I could have put you back on the metal magnetic holder, because she's out of focus anyway. And oh shit, I'm down to my last M92 T36. Make sure we've got no bridges. Let's check that. Short has disappeared, which it has. That'll do for me. Airflow down to around 20%. And there we go. Iron in. Let's quickly clean up those squeeze out balls while the board is still warm. Drop a little bit more flux down, Chris. Works wonders with this stuff. Up temp, there's a chip on. Well, just quickly go around the rest anyway. As I'm guessing the alignment should be about bang on. Quick clean up. In with a toothbrush. Let's take a look at alignment. We are flat. And alignment is almost spot on. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly, as they say. Glasses. What scope do you have, please, chap? I have a scope. It is called a Koppace, which is spelled Koppace. It was bought from Amazon in 2020, I think it was. In fact, I'm sure it was 2020. It was either 2020 or it was early 2021. How long has Wayne been on the scene now? I can't remember. But I bought this and then I passed my old digital scope onto Wayne. Quickly check for any shorts. No shorts, so we should be good to go. Thanks, George. Gio, welcome, mate, welcome. Of course, I've missed your name. I've forgot to say hello. I try to watch the Coda streams on a night till 12, then I catch up. The next day I'm getting old. Yes, mate. Yeah, of course you can, Keith. Yeah. And in fact, I need to get a few of you guys. There's yourself, Keith, and I need to do a few write-ups for Stream Elements bot. That way it'll drop links itself. So if you can do a little write-up, mate, for Stream Elements, and then I can just copy and paste and add that to the bot, mate. Hi, Mrs. Followers, yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I missed that. Christine. Pennywise. Piss off, Penny. So let's let me just quickly grab some tissue. Quickly drown that tissue in there and just give this a quick clean. I don't really want to be placing the customer's device down in all that flux. So we'll give that a quick clean. Throw that and land it on my bin. And we'll fetch the switch back in. Yeah, just send me a message, mate. What I'll do, you can post a link. Oh, you've posted a link now, so yeah, that's. And then what I'll do is I need to go on and update me Stream Elements bot anyway, mate. But I want to do yours. There's Lee's from Uber. There's Steve B's that I need to do, and then there's gonna be a few others, mate. But yeah, more than welcome to post your link. You should all know by now I'm no good with all this shout out shit. I get all flustered when it comes to end and I say, if you like the video, please don't forget to give a thumbs up and blah de blah de blah, and yeah, whatever. Just do your own thing. You'll do your thing, I'll do mine. What I didn't check before we go putting this board in is I didn't check to see how much how much flux we have in the port. Oh, look at that though there. You see that just there? No, you can see it now just there. Look at that. This is the other downfall of that's the other downfall of you swine. Where have you gone? Did it jump out? Or is that it there that's just dropped back in? There we go. Grab that out. Flux import is to help hold the older chargers in. Yeah, mate. I'm gonna clean that out now. But that what I've just seen in there wouldn't have been very bright to leave that in at all. That was a small metal shaving from grinding the port down. We don't want to leave that in there, do we? Yeah, no problem, Keith. What I'll do is I'll update that, mate, and it'll be sorted for the next stream, mate. Michael, welcome, mate. That should. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do nicely. So, glasses, and let's put it back together and see. Slip that under there. Get that into place there. Dig that out. That one is fine. That one is fine. That one is out. And that one. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. So that one's a goldy colour. That one I've just lost. Just there. Big Mac, welcome, mate. So a little back turn on those screws. A silver one goes in there. A gold one goes in there. Again, just a little back turn. That's looking good. So now on to plugging some bits in. Mr. Bryden, welcome mate. That goes into there. Let's get rid of the little ones first. That goes into there. Now on for the one that nobody likes to do. And that would be the LCD connector. Oh, you swine. No, 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 no. And as you can see, that ain't good at all. Can we save it? Or am I going to need to replace it? You know what that means, don't you? That means I've got to repair. Which won't be any good for Mr. Nick. Oh, have I just saved it? Yes, he's just saved it. He's just saved it. It's not necessarily taking the flex out, David. It's more the two ends. So let me show you under the scope. It's more the get into focus. So it's more this end and this end. They have to kind of hook in, mate. Where to get that back on, you've got to have it upright, and then you've got to like push it back, or it don't go into the pins don't go onto the slot. So it's more being able to get this to hook back on while that's flat, while this surface is flat, for the pin alignment. You can if you want, Mr. Bryden. That's entirely up to you, mate. You know I don't mind either way. Yeah, dislike. I'm not sure I've had any dislikes yet. Now I find that this is the worst ribbon on the switch lights to get back in. But we'll take that. We'll clip that in place, that in place. We'll throw the speaker back on. Thanks, mate. Finally, my first dislike. Yeah, thanks, Lee. For a second there, I thought I was going to have to replace that. I would have replaced it. It wouldn't have made any difference. It would have been replaced and the customer wouldn't have been charged for it. It is what it is. Get back on there, you annoying little swine. Right, so let's hook the battery up. Let's hook the power switch and the backlight up. We're not overly bothered about the game card slot just yet. Need to just make sure this I don't mind. These kind of streams aren't for everybody. Just need to make sure that this is going to charge on both sides. That one there is another connector I ain't doing on a switch. So let's see. Oh, now then, where is my Nintendo Switch. Power lead. It's in a safe spot. Let's make sure we've got charge on both sides. Is the battery completely flat? Let's just check this other side. Might need to leave it charging for a while. It had been off to Nintendo. We get the same on that side, so let's just have a quick look. That's something I haven't done today. I didn't turn the meter on and connect the meter to the PC for the OBS. There we go. Nearly had a LCD connector. The battery might be drained completely flat. On this, it has been back off to Nintendo, so I'm assuming the battery could be completely drained. In which case we might not see a .2 volts. So I'll have a test PSU for you on Saturday. It'll be one I've repaired, so don't resell it. What do you mean a test PSU, mate? You mean the a test PSU? Test PSU. I'm not following you, mate. I'm not following you. Let's go direct and let's just leave it to charge a little bit. Right, I see what you mean. I find the only letdown with them is, let me knock that down a little bit. We'll move that to that side, that way we can see if that battery symbol pops up. The only letdown I find is it kind of limits you for testing on the Xbox One X, because you end up with a great big block on the board. Let's see what happens with this. Let's while we're there, let's check that we are getting some power into the battery. 3.6, 3.7. Yeah, we're getting something. Let's just check. No, it's an Xbox One X power supply, which I pulled from a unit last night. It needs the 420 volt cap replacing because that was the fault with it. I replaced it for the customer. Yeah, you mean the Xbox One X internal power supply unit, yeah? Well, no backlight. We're getting audio. And I've just caught another damn connector. Why do these damn connectors have to be so horrible? Let me just... this one might be replaced on this connector. Partly because he's fully off. Oh, god damn. Goddamn connectors. Yeah, that one's going to be a replacement. That sucks. God damn! See if Chris needed it. Blah 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 blah. So if Chris doesn't want it, cover postage. I'll have it. Blah blah blah. I just don't resell them or reuse them. I mean, yeah, I'm happy using the bench power supply, mate. To be fair, it just, if I use the bench power supply to sort that out, then it just allows me to it gives me more room around. So back to bits. Let's replace that connector. So that's I think one of Chris's kids just got killed. I'm not following what you mean, mate. I'm not following what you mean. I'm not following. A massive scream? I never heard of, mate. Unless it were me. Unless it was me. I've been fixing one of them recently. Had the motherboard. Yeah, they're just a nightmare sometimes. And to be fair, it was going relatively well. which means ultimately something had to happen. Get off that peg. Get off that peg, I said. So this one here, I definitely want my yeah, as I said, I don't need it, mate. I'm happy to use my little prong. When I get round to sorting something out, I'm gonna solder a wire to that anyway, and then it'll just be a simple plug and go. Now, I believe it's one of them. I believe it is one of them that I will be needing. Yeah, that's the same size, that'll do. Throw that off there for the minute. Look out of your window, Dad, someone might have just got knocked over. Yeah, I'm not sure it was my side, mate. I never heard out. I never heard a dicky bird. Fetch you back in. And sit you out there. Just done one of them connectors the other day. It was a nightmare. Burnt the first one. I always heat from below the board, mate. Real Amtech is indeed, or at least I hope it is. It's from Amazon. Expensive stuff. Hopefully, me real flux will be here this week. It is supposed to be on its way through customs. I think I need to tighten my camera up as well on the scope. Yeah, mate. knock my hot air back down about 35%. And let's pull this off. A little bit of flux might help me here. Go on. Go on, give it some. That'll do. There, move that completely out of the way. Pick up a new let go, let go. Thank you very kindly. Get that more or less into play, and then yeah, see you later, Big Mac. Have fun, mate. Have fun. Flood the board with IPA. Should help. Dissolve the flux. Do the other side as well. Flood my map too. It's all fine. And let's see how we did with that. Tried it from underneath, pins didn't solder, so touch pins up with iron. Yeah. it's with these connectors, it is so much better to float it in it if possible. And they're all going to be soldered. Which we can tell from the fact that the solder has started to come up the legs. So they're all going to be good at that side. And the same at that side. A nice even coat of solder on those gold legs. So that means we could try again. It also means let's try not to break the LCD one again. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Let's go. Let's go for round 2. Check Discord. Check Discord. 2 seconds, mate. Give me 2 seconds. Let me take that one there. Get that one there. That will do for now. Check Discord. Check Discord. Discord. Win. So, what you saying? What you saying, mate? Have my 10 tubes of King Bow been delivered to your place? Is that what you're saying, mate? I do have 10 tubes on its way from AliExpress, but of course it is stuck in customs. Right, let's go around 2. I only wanted one of them screws. Yeah, I think Phil's got my King Bow. I think it's been delivered to his address. You never said you needed flux. Oh no, I needed flux, mate. Yeah, I ordered some when I was running out, and I was meant to order some. I forgot to order some. I ran out, thought, shit, better order some. So I ordered some and ended up having to buy that from Amazon. If it doesn't come by Friday, let me know. I can bring some with me. Yeah, I'll let you know, mate. It should be here, though, before then. It wants to be here before then. Last I knew, it was... In fact, to be fair, I don't even think that one stated this. Don't even think that one stated that it's stuck in customs tracking. Yeah, I'm not gonna. It says received by local delivery company. That one on the 12th. So that was today. So maybe a few days. Yeah, I know. I just noticed that, mate. Yeah. Yeah, well, if I dox myself, don't I? As long as I don't dox anybody else, I'll be happy. LCD. Get in there. Don't be a... and keep your phone screen off. Keep your phone screen off. I've had people trying at me. I'm not sure what you mean by keep your phone screen off, mate. How would somebody hack my phone? Tuck one side in, make sure the other side goes flat, and that's in there. Let me turn that back up. So I can maybe see what I'm doing. That one in there. That one in there. That onto there, and that one onto there. Like that. Battery onto there. And then this horrible one into and make sure this time it goes all the way in. And that shuts down. Now let's see if what we get. We get a charging symbol. We get a backlight. We get a Nintendo Switch console. We get working touchscreen. We get working. We do have a immensely low battery though. Thanks Uber, we got there in end. Oh, I've got that speaker to reconnect up as well. A little bit smoky. Little bit smoky. The fan is running. Why don't I just... Why don't I just power you off? Yes, console battery very low, we know. Power off, power off, power off. Yes. See you later, Phil. Not sure which Phil it was that were going. There's that many of them. Bob that in there. And let's just finish putting this back together. Let's take this, let's bob that in there, that in there. Bob that in there, like so. Let's bob that in there and then onto its pegs. Take one gold screw, bob it into there, take the other gold screw and bob it into there, do the okey cokey and all that. That is that on. So we've now got the... Don't pop off of there, please. I so hate these connectors. That goes into there. That can close back down like that. And then we want... Oh, get off. Silver screw. Just give me one. I'm not being greedy. Silver screw. Silver screw. Travis, welcome, mate. Later, everyone. Nice fix, Chris. Thanks, Codger. See you later, mate. If I don't see you before, I will see you on Saturday. Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. Saturday night's alright. Saturday I will be finally meeting Mr. Wayne Noob in person, which is indeed super smashing great. Let's clean the heatsink side. We like to do fresh paste. Then you're all going to Bummers Woods afterwards. Bummers Woods. It's the biggest dick contest, I think, mate. Biggest dick contest. I'll lose. I will lose indeed. MX4. Please, can I go? That would be up to Wayne, mate. Way too much MX4 on there. But let's make sure she stays nice and cool. Squishy down a bit. Let's take one of those. Let's take one of those. And one of those. Down there. I'll stick that felt back down. So as it's like nobody's ever been in. Then I need this, and this nick tucks in on its way when it's going back. It tucks in just down there. There is some lugs it sits on. When I get it into the top properly, there we go, like that. Gold one goes in there, at that side. Like that. Then we have silver. Silver. I just got a switch with blue screen for $56. Now to hope I can fix it. Blue screen is usually RAM or CPU, isn't it? Put those two back. They was from when I was chopping the part. And then we can plug this back in. If it works, the customer won't be collecting until Friday, so I can leave it to put a bit of charge in. We've got touch. Do we have nothing there? We can docs. Wrong game case, idiot. Yeah, we have the game card game card reader working even. Remove my game from off of there. It was never on. And of course we're gonna have the working SD anyway. But yeah, that one there should be good. We did have fan spin earlier. So everything should be working. Mine selects right on that one. I'm not going to press that one because it takes a picture and I don't think they'd want a picture. Saving. So, yes, indeed, that one should be good to go. Let's throw the cover back on. These are a nightmare to work on. Get back on. How can you have been magnetic when I took it out? But you're not magnetic now. Saturday, Saturday. So I might not have to, Nick, are you still here, mate, yeah? So, I might not have to change the LCD connector on that switchboard, mate. Might get away with doing the same to that one. Let me just plug that back on the charger. Console is charging. Swimming on consoles and controllers. I even have an Intellivision in to do a Navy mod on. Busy then, mate. Busy. So all I've got left to do on this one is to give the exterior a clean, and hopefully the customer is happy. Power off. Leave that sitting there getting some charging. So let's have a quick gander at this. Can I get away with slipping that white bit back in? Can I get away with getting that back in? Or do we just go for a swap-a-do? No, that won't do. That won't do. So it looks like it's a change. Which is no bother. Cause it's the exact same way as the other. We'll grab this little dude. I'll move that old thermal paste first. We'll grab this little dude. We'll sit said little dude on there. Let's go there. That works for me. That's hung off the desk. Let's try and get some sort of view for you guys. And let's pull off this connector. Knock the airflow down to roughly 40%, will do it. That's that off. Let's grab the iron, which I put down somewhere. My humps, my lovely shoulder humps. Which IC would cause the PS4 controller trackpad to not detect touch? No idea, mate. I'm gonna say Lee from Uber Micro Repairs might be your guy for that, but I do believe there's one main IC that deals with all input, is there? That deals with the full input or button pressers, whatever you want to call it. Could be wrong. Yo, by the way, thinks. I'm not sure I've said hello. I might have done. Can't remember. Come on, connector. Well, Mr. Connector, do you not want to go to the USA? Do you want to stay in the UK where it's wet and damp? Yeah, I thought that might change your mind. I thought that might work. Spin that around. Be sure not to bend it. Drop it on the board. And be sure to rough align it. As long as the connector is flat, then it should pull itself in and down. I'm going to change that though, and I'm going to put the I'm a lot bigger one on. And let's go for a reflow on this. And I'm gonna say that should be good. So we're gonna move that out of the way. We're gonna bob that down there. And we're gonna clean a little. We're gonna flood the board with IPA. I get the other side. And we're gonna see how we did. The cleaning of the flux on that one doesn't have to be super clean. I think Nick is going to put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. What we need to do is make sure said pins are good. Let me dangle that off of that edge a little bit. And again, I'm not even going to attempt to I'm not even going to give them a nudge. Well, I can do, but I don't think they'll need it. They're all going to be solid. A little more solder on that one, which is always nice, but it doesn't need that amount of solder. May have missed one on that side. As you can see the colour difference on that one just there. Where it hasn't quite gone. A nice shade of silver. You guys might not be able to see the colour difference though. Just pop a bit of flux there. I'm just going to touch that pin up. And we should be good to go. I will test it first. Thanks, David. Thank you kindly. Gonna need flux in the pin area up there. I'm going to have to do them all now, aren't I? Quick clean. A little bit of solder. So, touch up that one side. What's the purpose of flooding with flux and then touching with the iron only without any solder? I did have solder on, mate. I did have a little bit of solder on. Not much, but I did have a little bit of solder on. But you don't typically need to put solder on. The flux helps the solder flow. So what it'll do is if there's already a lot of solder on, the flux will help make that joint more uniformed, a lot neater. So you don't necessarily need any on, but if you've just flowed something into place, such as a IC or a connector, then ideally you do want a little bit of solder on. But flux just helps it flow. Tend to get nice shiny joints if you're using flux. I never offer touchpad repairs. So let's just have a quick gander at those. Make sure there is no bridgings. Nice shiny joints, little more solder on some than others, but I would imagine it'll do. It'll do, donkey, it will do. Let's grab my test unit. And we shall see if if it will do. Thanks, Sphinx. Thank you kindly. Yeah, I tend to put a little bit of solder on the tip here. Tend to put a little bit of solder on the tip, mate. What it is majority of the solder all has a flux core already. So when there is slight drop out there by OBS. So it all has, majority of your solder has like a flux core, mate. What it tends to do is the more heat it's exposed to, the quicker it will burn away. That flux will burn. So so if you've got solder sat on end of your soldering iron and you can see it go like a dry, sticky type matter, sticky type matter, if that would be the right word to use, then really that's the solder. That's not the solder. That's the flux inside the solder that has just cooked and burnt away. Can't do that with that. That's not my car alarm going off, so we're all fine and dandy on that one. Yeah, Dan from No Retro Repairs is pretty handy. He has some very good videos out there that give a good explanation. Let me just stick a screw in there. And stick a couple on the charge port. Plug in the battery. Can I pinch? Yeah. I'll pinch that charger in a minute. Oh, battery's full in this. The battery is full. There we go. We're not going to get touch because I've not plugged it in. We're not going to get audio because the speakers aren't plugged in. We've got LCD and everything is fine and dandy. We're not going to get power switch because I haven't plugged it in. But that is the LCD change for Mr. Nick. This will be going over to the USA. Which that was all I had to do, I think. Was change that. Nick is going to give this a good ultrasonic blasting because the board was originally water damaged or liquid damaged. I hate these connectors and all. I'm going to close that and make sure it doesn't pop back off. That way it can't be damaged in transit. That can go there, that can go there. What time are we on? 4:30. So that one's to go off to Nick Kennedy. That can go back there, that can go there. Now have I got... So I was hoping to squeeze something else in, but because of my boo-boo and having to change that LCD, not LCD, that ribbon connector from the Joy-Con to the main board, may not have time. I was gonna throw this on. I've got a working board, and I think this is, you can't even see, talking to myself again. This one here is from a Bose CD 3000 CD radio player. And I have two. I have one that's faulty, doesn't power, no power whatsoever. My initial thoughts was the amp chips putting on a short. But I have since then bought a working one. Swapped about on the power supply board, so I've swapped it into the non-working one, and that works. There's only two sources of standby power when everything is connected up to this. So these connections here, these come from the main power unit. There's 15 volts on this first pin here, and then there should be 5 volts on this pin just here, which I tracked down. It comes down this here and it goes to the ribbon cable here somewhere, which then hooks up tucks round and goes onto that board. Just there. But I don't think I'm going to get time to run over it real quick. Because I'd have to grab the working one and then I'd have to strip it down to digging this board out. This is the main switch panel board, on off, volumes up, down and whatnot. But it does come in, am I zoomed in? So when the 5 volts comes in, it comes in on pin 7 across this section here, which I think is around this area here. Then travels down and comes to a resistor roughly around there. And then comes into the microcontroller. Yo, Glyn. Just explaining this one. I'm not going to get time to delve further into this today. Just because of a Bobo I'm had on a customer device I had to fix. But yeah, this microcontroller, if this is at fault, I'm gonna struggle getting this, or getting a replacement. From what I gather, they aren't available. They're also programmed. And did I download the... No, I didn't. Like an idiot. It's 3 letters followed by 87CC20F, which is that part number for that. Can't remember what the letters was without looking at the schematics. Can show you the schematics, what they look like. They are rather old schematics compared to a lot of today's new stuff. It's a scanned document. That's the unit itself. With the remote, I don't have remotes for either of mine. But that is the schematics, so I'm having to read through it. I can't just find something on the board and search for it. This does tell me the number somewhere. The letters, I mean, there. So it was TMP, it's Toshiba microprocessor, and it's a TMP 87CC20F, and they're not available. They are not available to buy. Not sure if it would have to be, if I managed to get one, if it'd have to be programmed. And I wouldn't know where to begin programming it. So yeah, David's looking forward to that one. I'm not so much looking forward to that one. I'm not sure if there is any equivalents or alternatives, Glyn. I may need to get in touch with Steve B on that one. I know Steve B does quite a bit of audio repairs and things, so he may be able to point me in the right direction. Yeah, David. He might have, and I'm down that way Saturday. I don't think he's overly far from Wayne, is he? He might be. Wayne might have said he was about an hour away. But Steve B's maybe when I'm on my way back. When I'm on my way back up north way. Throw them in the bin. So Nick's switchboard is ready to rock and roll. Go. That switch is done and ready. Yeah, up north is where I'm from. Well, I'm not that far north. I'm norther than Wayne. But I'm not as far as Philip Bryden. So yeah, so that's the board for you done, Nick. Nicely, quickly soldered the connector on, mate. Reflowed it into place, plugged it into a system, made sure we've got LCD. Bing bang bosh. Bob's your uncle. Well, he might not be. But Fanny could be auntie. I don't know. So yeah, unfortunately, that's all I'm going to get time for today. We are on 22.5. So may jump on. What have I got planned for tomorrow? I'm not sure. I might jump on with that Bose system tomorrow and see if Steve B can make one in, and maybe he can give me a little bit of advice on that. In Durham, yeah, I'm not that far up, mate. Durham is what, about an hour away from me, I think. About an hour away from me. South Shields, which is Newcastle way out, isn't it? Sunderland way, I think, that way out. A long time since I've been anywhere near South Shields, mate. But no, I'm based in Castleford of West Yorkshire, which is near Leeds, near Wakefield, blah de blah de blah, blah de blah, so on and so forth. You get the gist. I'm more central based. Well, I did probably not even central based. Come on, let's face it. Rippon's not that far, mate, I don't think. Just out York way, Ripon. Yeah, Rippon's not that far from me. Cardiff in Wales. Cardiff. I used to drive, so I've been literally all over. Used to do runs to Scotland, 22-hour runs in a little box van, little 3.5 tonner. I have been all over. Alright, I see. Might come in handy for good tips. Right guys, I am gonna leave it there. 3 hours 42 minutes once again on a live stream. This time, Nick, I've got the video recording as well. Last time I didn't have the system set up properly after the change. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Throw some charge into this switch light, message the customer and let them know it was just the port and the M92. Obviously we had to change M92 because they were a short on a cat, which meant the chip was short, so we may as well have changed it while the board was out. Thanks Uber. And as usual, if you enjoyed the content or the video or the stream or whatever you want to call it, it's come to that point, hasn't it? Please give a thumbs up. Helps out with whatever other YouTubers say it helps with. I'm not so sure. If you'd like to see more content from me in the near future, feel free to subscribe. And if anybody is out there that's been unable to chat in the or on the stream, then feel free to subscribe. The chat is set to subscribers only. Mr. Bridger, welcome mate. We're just leaving though. But yeah, that's it. I'm out guys. Until next time, look after yourselves and we'll see you on Discord. See you later gents. And